Could you get attacked just for wearing a Donald Trump hat around your school? A University of Calgary student said it happened to him. You can see my conversation with him in the link below. But you probably haven't heard much about this case, have you? So why the media silence? Why hasn't the school issued a statement on this incident? Why haven't we heard from the police? Metro put an article out that made this fight sound consensual, and they didn't name the alleged assaulter. There are still a lot of unanswered questions. The rebel contacted the Calgary police, who told us that they wouldn't be watching the CCTV footage until later this week. But Brookman told me that they gave him a detailed description of the tape. And police tell Brookman he can't press charges because, according to that tape that was blocked by a poll, the fight looked consensual.
The police, they talked to me initially, about what they saw in the camera footage. They confirmed that they did see the camera footage initially and that they were going off this, and that based on the testimonies between me and him, that at this point it appeared to be a consensual fight with he said, she said scenario going on.
Could the media and school silence, along with the differing stories from the police, be tied to who the alleged assaulter is? He wasn't hard to find. Here, a Facebook post implies that he consented to the initial fist bump, and then compares the situation to an intimate encounter with a girlfriend consenting initially and then taking consent away at a later time. He says, "Let's assume I consented to being touched. The minute I revoke my consent, he's not allowed to touch me. If you are about to become intimate with your girlfriend and later on she revokes her consent or wants you to stop, you legally must. If you do not, after she explicitly asks you to stop, you will be charged with sexual assault." Keep in mind that Andrew Brookman asked him to stop. So really, it seems it was okay for Brookman to give this kid a fist bump until he changed the story after things got physical, and he might get in trouble for it. In another post, the alleged attacker says that he did not choke Brookman, but subdued him, and that if he had done any of the things that he's being accused of, that the police would have charged him. The police did show up after all. It also turns out that K.L. Al-Taha isn't the alleged attacker's real name. A simple Google search brought me to this LinkedIn profile where he was revealed to be Kai Al-Taha, a security professional with specialties in personal protection. How ironic. But then I came across his abandoned Twitter feed. It seems that Kai was an Obama supporter during the last election and a devout Muslim that asks Allah to reward IRA, a registered charity in the UK that's been labeled as a hate group by some. Board members have included Zakir Naik, who was publicly stated that all Muslims should be terrorists and has been banned from speaking in Canada and the US.
Every Muslim should be a terrorist. The thing is that if he's terrorizing a terrorist, he's following Islam. Whether he is or not, I don't know.
Bilal Phillips was also an advisor, and he's been named an unindicted co-conspirator in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. Staff and guest speakers have condoned female genital mutilation, the death penalty for gays, and have stated that Muslims should reject free speech. But that's not all. Al-Taha seems to be pro-Gaza and has posted tweets that are falsely attributed to Albert Einstein that compare Jews to Nazis. Sources tell me that Al-Taha is a former student at the University of Calgary, so what he was doing on campus that night is a mystery. I've also been told that this isn't the first time he's been a problem on campus, and these tweets confirm that speculation. Here he asks for a confrontation, uses homophobic slurs, and gives the person a meeting place where he suggests he'd be happy to confront the individual. I reached out to Al-Taha to give him a chance to explain the remarks he made on Facebook and also to provide some clarity in regard to the postings on his Twitter feed, and he did respond to me. He said, "No matter what I say, I will not change your mind. The Rebel is an ultra-conservative AN source. The fact that is being featured on the Rebel is an indication that the Rebel means to crucify me." I'm assuming AN stands for Aryan Nation. I did explain to Kai that I'd like to give him the opportunity to tell his side of the story. If he gets back to me, I'll certainly update you. For now, I will say this. We've had a media non-response here in Calgary when a pro-Hamas group beat Jews up in the streets. It was at a large protest rally and the police presence was scarce. Could the identity of this alleged attacker be the reason why there's so much silence and we're getting conflicting stories from the police? For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked that story, please don't forget to click the link below to sign up for Rebel updates so that you don't miss any of our amazing content.